Hey everybody, today we're going to learn how to hit out of a fairway bunker. Now these shots are a little bit different than other bunker shots around the greens, so our technique is going to be a little bit different as well as our setup. So we'll go through a couple things and then we'll have some more success next time we find ourselves in these situations. So first things first, we're going to talk about our setup. Now there's a couple of keys that I like to think about in my setup when I'm in a fairway bunker, just to make sure that I hit the ball solid and I'm able to get the ball up out of the bunker and still advance it a little bit and get a little bit of distance out of it. So a couple things I'm going to do are, first of all, I'm going to make sure that my club selection is correct. Now, typically in a fairway bunker, we might have to deal with some kind of lip where we're going to have to carry the ball up out of it. In this bunker, we don't really have that situation, but I'm still going to grab a club that has enough loft to be sure that I get it out of the bunker. So I'm going to hit an 8-iron here, just looking to lay it up, get it back in play. All right. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I pick a pretty conservative target. I don't want to get myself in more trouble by being overly aggressive. So I'm just going to try to advance this ball down towards the 150 pole, get it right in the middle of the fairway so I have a wedge shot in for my next shot. Get the ball back in play. I'll save a couple strokes. Now, in my actual setup, the biggest thing that I'm going to make sure that I pay attention to is my ball position, right? Now, for a fairway bunker, we want to make sure that we're hitting the ball and then the sand so that I can strike it solidly and still advance it a little bit. And that's probably the biggest key or the biggest difference between this shot and a greenside bunker. In a greenside bunker, we're going to hit the sand first. In a fairway bunker, we're going to hit the ball first, just like we would a normal shot. Now, what I'm going to do with my ball position is I'm going to move it back just a slight bit in my stance. So an 8-iron would normally be about right in the middle. I'm going to move this back about an inch behind the middle of my stance. So it's just back a little bit. And all that's going to do is just make it a little bit easier for me to catch that ball first. If I miss the shot a little bit, it's generally going to be a little bit thin versus fat. So I'll still get a little bit of distance out of it and it should be all right. Now in the swing, what I'm going to focus on is really just making sure that my body stays nice and still, right? I don't want to get a lot of extra movement in the shot just because then I'm going to have a hard time with making solid contact, right? So when I'm swinging, making my practice swings, I'm really just focusing on keeping my weight centered, maybe keeping a little bit more on my left foot and still rotating, but really trying to keep my body pretty centered as I turn. Just going to focus on good contact with the strike. All right, so with that, I'm going to go into my shot. All right, again, just keeping my body centered. Going to make sure that ball position's back slightly so I can catch the ball first, and then the sand. All right, here we go. There we go. We got it up, we got it out, and it's in good position for the next shot. So remember those couple keys, ball position back slightly, body centered as we turn, and focus on a good solid strike with the ball first. And we should be set next time we find ourselves in a fairway bunker. Good luck, guys.